Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin has hardly moved since my last video, which means it has found local support, and we're going to take a look at that. A lot of cryptos and altcoins really suffering here over the last few days. Despite Bitcoin rather going sideways, they are really getting in a difficult position now. Some cryptos finally moving into or towards my target area, for example, Polkadot, Near Protocol going back into the buying area. It is just difficult as some cryptos are now getting so low that they get below important support levels. So we need to take a look at that in individual videos about various altcoins. Yeah, so I will do that on the weekend. And however, this is a Bitcoin video. And as you know, Bitcoin is actually holding fairly well compared to some stocks and shares. And in the current market, I mean, it's still holding just below 40K. I think it's only a question of time until we see the sell-off here. But it is holding fairly well. Yeah, compared to what really is going on in the world, compared to what many people also expected and always said in the past, that Bitcoin is so volatile. And yeah, it is volatile. But just take a look at what some of the younger tech stocks are doing at the moment. And volatility is not only in crypto. Volatility is only in crypto because it is so young. Yeah, but many tech stocks are young as well. Let's look at PayPal. Yeah, just look at all of these and just look at how they look like. And they look like an altcoin, don't they? So it's just something also for a bit of education. I mean, I'm just going to open one here. Just look at PayPal. And it is the same stuff, isn't it? It's looking like an altcoin, absolutely. So a lot of people always say that only in crypto you have the volatility. No, that's not true. It is every young asset doing it, yeah. And they all go through these massive corrections. And I guess nobody will suggest that PayPal is going to burn out. Well, at least I won't. For me, this is a normal correction that just has to happen in every market. Again, similar to altcoins, this here would be a wave 1. Where we currently are in is a wave 2. Another example, Palantir, also similar story. Yeah, wave 1, wave 2. Currently coming into this region here, 78.6% FIB level. More downside potential? Yeah, surely, but it's gonna recover at some point here. Another example for that, let's just go to Apple. Just to show you really, because it's just important to understand it. And by the way, if you want this analysis for stocks and shares as well, check out the Gold membership, because I do publish not every day, but every couple of days, an analysis for stocks and shares on Discord for channel members, for certain stocks and shares that I find interesting from a chart point of view. But what I really wanted to show you is in the 1980s, Apple. Look at that. Same story, isn't it? And that is what many altcoins are currently doing. A, B, C. A, B, C. And that also shows that after a wave 1, 2, what we're currently doing, you don't necessarily need to expect a wave 3. Yeah. I had a wave 1 here, 1, 2. This is another wave 1, 2 in my opinion, because it's coming down too far. So, and also here another wave 1, 2. So what we also can expect possibly in the crypto market is that we are going to see this sort of up and down for a while, this so-called pump and dump. But again, pump and dump is something that emerged in the crypto market. It's something that exists in young stocks and shares as well. You see here Apple coming down so strongly, coming down again, always to these lower Fibonacci levels. And that can happen a few times, and that is just necessary for young stocks and shares to create this foundation for further price increases. Here we had the same stuff that was in the year 2000 without surprise. But again, is it really the .com bubble crash? Or is it just normal market moves and something that would have happened anyway, and the .com or the .com bubble only when it burst, that was like the last catalyst? It's a little bit like I don't want to get too much off topic here because it's a Bitcoin video, but it's a little bit like when you have a war going on, and not want to get into that topic too much, but a lot of people say the current correction in the crypto market and generally is due to the war and COVID and everything. But actually the corrections, especially in stocks and shares, started much earlier than that. They started actually in 2018 if you look back, and for the crypto market it's now also been ongoing for a year. It doesn't have anything to do with the war. Yeah, again, it might be the catalyst, but actually what catalyst? Because prices are holding really well, and we talked about in November about these lower prices and even lower prices. So we're going to take a look at that. We keep track on it. Sorry, already 5 minutes in the video. Let's get to Bitcoin. So by the way, if you want to hear more of that stuff, let me know in the comments more about comparisons between Bitcoin, stocks and shares. I will then at some point bring that into it. But again, as a channel member, I also publish some of that information from time to time. Okay, where are we? We are here in the descending wedge still. That is a descending wedge we can currently see in many crypto charts. Yeah, we talked about that as long as we don't break out here, it's always useful just to wait. Yeah, because we don't know if it really will go up or go down. Yes, it's a bullish pattern, and they tend to break out 2/3 of the time to the upside. But first of all, it's a difficult market environment at the moment. And until you are in a pattern which is defined by a trend line, or by two trend lines in this case, you don't know. You don't know how the market is deciding. We need to wait, let the market decide, find our advantage point, and then go into the market. Any trader, that is. For investors, of course, probably doesn't matter. If you are long-term dollar cost averaging in, it's fine. In the current market conditions, probably Bitcoin getting much more attractive because it is sort of a safer haven compared to many of the altcoins. But yeah, I showed you in the last video that obviously we are coming down here in a 1, 2, 3, 4. Wave 5 can be complete, would be completed by that larger wave 1. Yeah, a wave 1 consists of 5 waves. So within the Elliott Wave theory, you get waves within waves. A wave 1 consists of 5 waves. What does come after the wave 1? The wave 2. Yeah, you get your impulsive wave down into the trend direction, which is down at the moment. The higher level trend goes down. 5 waves down, impulse. Yeah, then you get your wave 2, which corrects that first impulse, which is part of, or which consists of an A, B, C. A wave C, or a wave C, consists of 5 waves again. That's just how it is built up. And I showed you in the last video that it could really be that we find support here, and that we are doing this in the wave C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is, of course, to a degree here speculation, because it could very well be that this wave 1 wasn't finished here, that actually it was finished here. Yeah, that I would have to move that wave 5 over as well, and so on. I don't know yet. Yeah, you have to make assumptions based on probabilities and what seems likely. This though wouldn't make much of a difference anyway. Yeah, it would just mean that no, it wouldn't make any. It would hardly make any difference. So what could be though is that if we make a new lower low here, then I have to move the wave 1 over here. That is just how it is at the moment. But this looks very corrective already. So it could really be that we are in this wave C to the upside. And it currently makes sense from the Fibonacci retracements, what I showed you in the last video, that I said next it would be likely, yeah, that we are turning around in between the area of 38.7 and 38k pretty much. And where are we currently? Well, we did have quite a bit of support in that area, and now we have a bit of a green candle, nothing much though, but it could really be, if I go to the 1 hour chart, that, yes, see how the price reacted to the 78.6% Fibonacci level. So if the price does something with it, we could now get into a third wave up, because we did the wave 1 of the wave C, did the wave 2 of the wave C. We would now be in the wave 3 of the wave C. If we are in the wave 3 of the wave C, the price now needs to go up though. If it doesn't do it, then that was probably not it. Then we still have another chance to turn around at 38k. In the worst case at 37.7, but then it's already getting critical. And if we drop below that, that potential wave C is invalidated because the impulse is done. And we would need to wait for the next attempt of the market. But therefore I say we need to wait until the price really breaks out of the wedge. For now it's looking a bit like, yeah, this could have been 1, 2, and we now wait for the wave 3 to kick off. So not much change from the last video. This is also why I showed you a little bit about stocks and shares here before starting the video. But yeah, it's weekend. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, usually low volume. It is just what happens. A lot of traders don't do anything on the weekends because they know that the market makers, a lot of institutions are closed, professional traders not doing anything, markets more unpredictable. Yeah, because if you have less volume, markets adhere less to patterns and so on and behave not that normal. On Sunday, we saw the last few times that on Sunday, before the weekly candle close, we saw a lot of volatility. So this is again what we can expect this time. Not saying it will, but it happened for the last few times. So let me just look, what day is it today? 30th, so 23rd. What did we have on the 20th? No, too far out here. Let me go to the, okay, now that's fine. 23rd, we saw here, I think this, not really 20, no, of course on the 24th, that was Sunday, that was before the candle closed. What did we see on the 24th? Here, we saw here that move down. Yeah, we were hovering the whole weekend and then we saw a drop here from roughly 40k all the way down to 38.2. That was the last weekend. What did we have before on the 17th? You can see as well, we had red candles just around the time of the candle close. That was here the 17th. What happened on the 10th? Also here you can see it quite a beginning of a move down here. Yeah, in the early morning here UTC time. So yeah, you do get that. Tends to be before or just after the weekly candle close. So that is something we can be looking forward. Besides that, is it going to be an exciting weekend? I don't know. I think it is less volume anyway on a weekend, so less predictable. Last weekends were a bit boring. We then saw on the Sunday some of the movement. On Monday in the UK where I am, a bit of a bank holiday here, so the London Stock Exchange is closed, but in New York everything's going, and this is what crypto often looks out for as well. Yeah, at the moment the crypto market is adhering a little bit to the Nasdaq. I don't really like these correlations and to call them out because in my opinion they are coincidence to a degree. To make that clear, a lot of people in the last few years always suggested that gold and, for example, the US dollars have a correlation, gold and inflation. We can see that is not the case. Yeah, there's always a bit of a yes it is and it is not then. So it's always a bit of a coincidence. Same here with that. They are correlated to a degree. They move together to a degree. First of all, as a technical analyst, that doesn't give me anything because it doesn't give me any price targets or anything. So I rather stick to my analysis of Bitcoin itself. Doesn't make sense to compare the Nasdaq and Bitcoin, not at all. It also need to understand how do the markets behave. For example, the Nasdaq, in my opinion, close to the completion of the correction, could move up in a first move up, and Bitcoin then could move up in this wave, but then still when the Nasdaq corrects that first movement up, Bitcoin could crash down. That is just, yes, they are correlated to a degree, but they move in different waves, and then the extensions of different waves and the retracements are different as well. So to always look at this correlation doesn't make much sense. So we stick with one thing. You get down a rabbit hole you can't get out of. But yeah, that's where we currently are. Good. That's my view on Bitcoin. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, check out my channel membership with access to Discord, Telegram and a weekly live stream. There is one more tomorrow, a weekly live stream. And also I now published my trading course on the website, so you can go ahead and buy that if you're interested. Currently in the pre-sale, which means the entire course isn't out yet, but I do publish one chapter per week. Gives you actually the chance to learn about trading and technical analysis at your own pace. It is at a discounted pre-sale price, so I think a very fair price compared to what others are charging and how much work I put really in. So yeah, check it out if you're interested on morecryptoonline.com.